Hello again, everybody, and welcome to episode 71 of the Board Game Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Nick, and with me today are my co-host, Ayub,
Hello.
and my co-host, Ulrich.
We who are about to play salute you.
Now, finally, something I get. It is from Spartacus, one of my favorite shows of all time, if not my favorite. How are you guys doing? How's it going?
It's all right. And as always, I can hear I need to watch more movies.
Well, this quote was from Gladiator, but that might be some overlap.
Damn it.
All right.
It's probably...
Yeah. You changed the word there, but...
Yeah, I changed the word. I hope you get it out there.
All
All
right.
right. But of course, as our new things that we have done twice so far, we'll start with a little dilemma just to easen us up, have something to talk about. So you also go like, do I agree with these people or do I need to send them an angry email? Well, if you send
Or
us
just
any...
an email.
Or just an email. If you send us anything, we're going to be happy anyways. So my question to everybody for today is it better to lose big time or lose by 1 point when you're playing a game?
I went first last time, so Ulrich, take it away.
Well, boring answer is it depends. I'm thinking lose by 1 point, because then I feel like I'm in the game. Lose by a long shot, if you can see it 10 minutes into a 3-hour game, it's not so nice. Yeah, so I think short answer would be lose by 1 point, because then we all had an exciting time. With the caveat that if I'm playing my first game against Nick, who played a game 20 times, then I expect to lose by half points, and it's fine.
Okay. Weird question for me personally. I'm usually the person that if the information is open, I can see how it goes point-wise. Rarely it affects me, but I personally would prefer if it was closer than bigger. I hate the differences being big because a lot of people might be like, no, this is not gonna. So the closer the difference, I think that the happier it makes people feel. So I think that's why I'm gonna select the 1 point answer. It's frustrating, yeah. It can be very frustrating losing for 1 point, but I think it's still better than losing by 50.
Yeah, you'd always be like, oh, maybe I forgot to get a point here, or if I just bought that one round before, or you can always go hunting for that 1 point, right? Which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it was cool trying to figure out how to maximize the puzzle.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, it can also change a little bit if it's someone that you usually feel like I'm losing, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe I'm winning, and then it was just that 1 point. Like you said, can be frustrating sometimes. What about if it's winning? Does it matter to you if you're winning with 1 point, or you're even happier if you win with a lot? Or
I think I answered already. I prefer winning with 1 point because I feel like if somebody loses consistently with a lot of point difference, especially if they're not like a heavy board gamer like us, which we play to learn games and do this, I think it can get very annoying, and they might even, and I've experienced that, stay away from gaming with the person that's always
winning by a lot.
Yeah. So I definitely prefer the 1 point.
One twist on this is in playtesting, either my own games or other people's games. It's nice if can be a big gap, be a big gap, because sometimes you can feel like, oh, no matter what I do, I will get 20 points plus minus 2 points, right? And that doesn't really feel like a game. So in a testing situation, I think it's good that there can be swings. Then maybe they're too big, but that means that you have something to dial in, right?
Yeah. So taking that to like actual games that are they're also actual game, but are published. There's maybe also a bit of this the variety, right? Because if you always win by 1 point or lose by 2 points, then it maybe feels like I'm not. It's just a game that is always giving us all around the same amount of points. So once in a while, you need that big swing, maybe. But of course, we're not talking about so much that you feel like, why am I even playing this game, right? It's just like, oh, he won by quite a bit, which can also be interesting, right? Right, the last little twist to it, does it matter, you think, depending on who you are playing with? Like, would your answer always be the same, or is there maybe, if it is a really annoying person, I prefer that this spread is bigger, or if it is with kids, I would like it to be really close, anything like that, just as a last
I think if you're introducing stuff to someone, then I would much rather they feel like they're in the game, of course, because I'm doing it to invoke a positive experience in someone. With you guys, of course, like you said, if it happens all the time that Nick wins by 100 points in Terraforming Mars, then it's maybe I don't want to play it all the time. But it can also in our group, it can be an enjoyable conversation. Like, oh, where did I go wrong? Because I'm not that stupid, right? So there must be some strategy that I used. Can we discuss it together and analyze? Oh, okay, I tried to go for this corner. It obviously didn't pay out, but I wanted to explore, right? So that can be an interesting topic, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love to have conversations like this.
Yeah.
Of course. For me personally, I've been in both ends. Like, I've seen the people get really annoyed by playing with me and losing all the time. And I've also seen myself being really, I need to beat this because I really hate him. We know the example from 2 years ago from that festival. Yeah, there are some games that the people are really annoying when you play with them. And the easy advice is don't play with them. But when you find yourself in an environment like, let's say, a festival and you have to play, you're sitting down, you're playing in a tournament. And I think that's one of the reasons that I've tried to stay out of tournaments, because you're forced to play with people you don't like, and even games you love might turn up into games that you hate because you're playing with them. So my answer would be yes, depending on who I'm playing against, I would rather win or lose by a bigger or smaller margin, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And that's also what you meant talking, like the experience that we get from the people we play with is more important than the actual game.
100%. That's why I like solo games. Yeah, but definitely the people matter in this hobby, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think quite agreeable. It was an interesting point that Ulrik made here and then, that a bigger spread means, well, maybe we can learn something about the games. If you, let's say, play with someone who's quote-unquote better than you by quite a bit all the time and wins, then you will most likely get better as well. But if you're always in like the same, then nothing will probably change. You're both feeling, oh, we're doing amazing. We both have 98 points around that every time, and we don't know somebody else is getting 200 points in this game, right?
Yeah.
So
and
that's also interesting.
To quote a great basketball coach, my father, he said to me, and I remember this: if you are losing, you are in essence actually winning, because the loser gets the opportunity to learn from their loss and actually become better. And it's nice when you lose by 50, then you lose by 30, then you lose by 10. Let's say, Anastasia, remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you win, the feeling is gonna be so awesome.
Exactly.
Feeling that growth. So yeah.
Nice.
Cool
Cool.
question.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Monthly recap episode. February, a very small month compared to all the others.
Definitely.
But still, we try to get some games in. So what we do in the monthly recap episode, if you're tuning in for the first time, we go through the games that we played this month. We go through a highlight we want to say to you, then a surprise, then a letdown, then 5 experiences that we had board game related, but not specifically board games. We also tell you which of the games we played are new to us, and we also give you which games entered or left our collection. So let's start with Ayub. Why don't you take it away? What did you play this month?
I am happy. I tried Circadian's First Light. It was actually right on the edge. We tried it just after we recorded the previous month. And then Moon Colony Bloodbath, Luna, Conspiracy Abyss Universe, Automobiles, 2 games of Sky Team, Children of Morta, Explorers in Evoria, Carnegie, 2 games of Ra and Ride, Castle Combo, Green Team Wins, River of Gold, Deep Sea Adventure, The Castles of Burgundy, The Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth, 2 games of Recall, 51st State Ultimate Edition, Legions, 2 games of that, Ascension Tactics Inferno, Rajas of the Ganges, The Dice Charmers, Ito, 2 games of Take Time, 2 games of Bombusters, Map Masters, Valbara, Flip 7, Shackleton Base, Age of Galaxy, Forest Shuffle, Robo Rally, 4 games of Agent Avenue, 2 games of Bhutan, Fromage, Boon Lake, 2 games of The Hobbit There and Back Again, Artisans, Pulsar 2849, Rats of Vista, 2 games of Shards of Infinity, Underwater Cities, Adventure Realms, and a solo game of Tent, with a little caveat that it was 2 people playing it solo together.
Okay, man.
I had a question about that.
Okay.
You already answered.
All right.
And an online solo game of Fliptoons, what I did by myself, and an online game of Fromage.
All right. Anything entered or left your collection?
Yes. Nothing left.
Surprise.
But 4 games entered.
Okay.
So that's Artisans. I saw that on half price in a shop.
Artisans.
You sold it way back in.
Yeah, I think it rings a bell.
I was always a little bit like, should I have bought it from Nick? I saw it. But then it was on sale for pretty cheap, 50% off already in a Swedish store that was a little bit cheaper than here. So I thought, why not? La Pâtisserie Rococo, the new Rococo, has arrived, hasn't done anything with it yet. Lightning Train and Adventure Realms.
Okay. Adding 4 to the count.
4 to the count.
Ulrik, how was your month?
Not like I use.
Yeah.
No, that's healthy. That's healthy.
No. Let's just go. I played new to me games: The Great Split, Explorers of Nemoria, Star Wars Super Teams, and then I played Endeavor Deep Sea, Rutan, Nosfjord, Risk Legacy, Ganshun Clever, Kingdom Legacy Ambitions, and solo. I played Kingdom Legacy was also solo. I played Robinson Crusoe, I played Hutan, and I played Adamaster.
Okay.
Nice.
What happened to your collection this month?
I didn't manage to ship anything out. I bought Adamaster right in the beginning of the month. As I came home from my skiing holiday, which was the reason I wasn't here in the last episode, I picked up Adamaster. And 5 minutes ago, I got blueprints of Mad King Lot at the door.
Nice.
Ted Alspec.
Last minute entry. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. My month included A Circadian's First Light, 18 plays of Kingdom Legacy, Nosfjord Big Box, 24 plays of 365 Adventures, Lord of the Rings: A Duel for Middle-earth, Explorers of Nemoria, 2 games of Backgammon, In the Hall of the Mountain King, Lost Cities, 2 games of Duel for Cardia, and Agent Avenue. For new to me games now, I played The Great Split twice. I played Venator, Heroes of the Arena, Legion's Abyss Universe, and Big 2. For my solo playthroughs, I played Kingdom Legacy 6 times, Dr. Finn's Book of Solo Games and Puzzles 4 times, Explorers of Nemoria with the expansion, and then Millennium Blades. For my digital plays, I played 10 sessions of Gloomhaven, 3 sessions of Codenames, and 2 sessions of 7 Wonder Dice, which was a new to me games as well. And then for my solo digital plays, I played Terraforming Mars twice. My collection stayed pretty much the same. I got some new expansions for Kingdom Legacy, and then we had a review copy coming in, which is sitting with me right now, and it is Venator, Heroes of the Arena. You'll probably hear about it in a later episode.
All right.
Month. Pretty stable. We have a festival now happening in 3 days as of the recording of this.
Yes.
So
Crazy.
probably some games will enter the collection there.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited to hear about a lot of the things you mentioned. Why don't we start as always with the bad stuff, with the letdowns? So Ayub, what let you down this month?
Yeah. So this month I did go to the local board game cafe and tried some things. And what let me down there was Map Masters. I thought Map Masters looked really cool with you using cards that has like a road on it to build like a dungeon, and then at the end you use your marker to draw like everything you went by, and you get some coins, you get some stuff, you get some points, and you do that I think like around 6 times or something. It was quite a few times, and after half of it I was like, oh, it feels like it should end around now, but we were only like halfway through. Which sucked, because I actually thought it was quite enjoyable in the beginning, but it took too long for what it was to me, and that let me down, because it was really cool looking otherwise.
Yeah, I did have my eye on it a little bit, but
Yeah.
I hear you talking.
Yeah, we listened to another Danish podcast on the way to Spiel.
Yeah.
I remember they watched it, and I actually sat down at a demo table at Spiel a little bit late in the day. I was sitting there waiting. They were waiting for a demo to come, and I looked at the cards and like, and then I left. But so it was on my list to ask you how you felt about it, but now you answered. So
Yeah.
What let you down, Ulrich?
my biggest letdown is something that I had very high expectations for, which entered my collection this month.
I had a
So it is Adamaster by Online Dosar, published by Ludo Nova. It is a re-implementation of an older game. It's a solo only, which I tend to try to go for solo only games, because then I'm not feeling like I'm missing out on the interaction with the multiplayer game. Sometimes I can have that feeling when I do Automa solos. This has like a very small box. It's the theme is like you're this nautical explorer, like Columbus style. You're sent out by a king to explore new lands across the unknown seas. And basically, mechanically, it's a race. You're trying to go from the start to the new continent at the end of 3 random cards. And you basically play your cards to move along the ocean. Along the way, you have to basically do some small math puzzles to handle your crews. Oh, now they're hungry, now some of them are sick, now they're starting to mutiny, and you have to balance that using your cards either to move or to counteract those things. That's basically the little math puzzle you're doing. I get the feeling of Conservas. It's a really, really cool system where you basically have some very simple actions that are the same in every game, but then you can change what the actions actually are depending on what cards you get and stuff, right? After playing it twice solo, I felt like, okay, now I figured out the puzzle. So basically, you almost see all the cards in every game from your the cards you play. There's a big stack of adventure cards that I haven't seen, but like the cards that give you actions, you see almost all of them in every game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one card that gives you one extra action each round, which feels very strong. So it feels like when you get that card, it's very, very defining for how big your success in the game is, which feels... So it's not a bad game. I want to play it more. It has less exploration inside the game than I thought it would be because of the theme with the nautical exploration. But yeah, the feeling of it and the look on the board is nice, and it's very, very simple, which is really cool. So I can take it out and play it and wrap it up in like 25 minutes, which is really cool. So I'm not giving up on it, but it did let me down a little bit compared to how high hopes I had for it.
Yeah, cool. And if you want to see if you like the game, we have 3 videos on our channel right now. We have an unboxing video and the Ulrik's campaign, solo campaign of Aramaster. So go ahead and give it a look. See if you like it or not. I am actually pretty excited to try it after seeing your campaign. Yeah, I kind of knew that it's going to be a letdown for you because you teased it a little bit. So I wanted to see why, and what you say now makes sense, seeing your playthrough. All right, it's me.
It is you.
Well,
what let you down?
Well. Actually, one game did let me down this month. Every month we're like, yeah, we played good game now, but this month, one game let me down. I did play a game that wasn't good, but I knew it wasn't good. It's Big 2, so I'm not gonna say that. I play a game that is awful, and I'm not gonna say that because it wasn't let down. Backgammon. But I did play a game that actually it had all the setup to be a good game because all its predecessors were very good for me, and that is Seven Wonders Dice. Because I like Seven Wonders a lot. I love Seven Wonders Duel. Haven't played Architects, and Dice is a roll and write, so right down my alley, right? Well, let's talk about it. I think that the premise is nice. There is this tray, and you're rolling 4 dice. Everybody picks one. They put it in the tableau, and they do some stuff. But I feel like even having playing it twice, the game is stale. Because it is a roll and write, but you have the exact same board every game, the exact same dice, the exact same everything. There is no variability. You're always going to pick one of those 4 dice. And I felt like it was borderline boring, I will say.
Okay. Yeah.
And I never have a feeling for a roll and write. The best of them being like Hadrian's Wall, which every game you're like, should I do this? Should I do that? What should I do? There's so many options. And this just felt like an effort to dive into the genre without actually having put the effort behind it. Because, Seven Wonders, you hear Seven Wonders, you're like, okay, this is going to be a hit, Seven Wonders is a great game, Colossus in the hobby. And this one really didn't sit well with me. Caveat, I've only played it twice. So take that with a grain of salt. Definitely want to try it again. I definitely want to try the live version. I did try it on Board Game Arena. Usually doesn't affect my judgment that much, especially for a roll and write. Some of my best games of Welcome to and Hadrian's Wall are on Board Game Arena. But still, take that with a grain of salt. Seven Wonders Dice. I'm not a big fan as of right now. Might change.
I wonder if they will make any similar expansions like the other games have, like a leader type of expansion.
They are implemented in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there are the leaders, there are the
and did you
and
play with that?
You must play with that.
You must play with it.
Like
okay.
an expansion. It's a section in your board where is your leader, and if you mark it, you gain benefits and so on and so forth. There is room for expansions, I'm assuming, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of right now,
all right,
not something I'm super keen on.
To see. And now that you mentioned it already, why did you play backgammon?
I played backgammon because, as you know, Faye always plays like.
Yeah.
So I told her, Valentine's Day, we can play whatever you want.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I want to play. We call it tavli in Greek. It's like a very popular summer sport where you play in the beach with your best friend. And blah, blah. So I'm saying, yeah, sure, let's do it. She kicked my butt. She insists there is a strategy and skill on it. I insist it's just you roll 2 dice and see what happens. But since she beat me twice, there might be some... He's played it a bunch.
Such a famous game here in Denmark, and I'm always like, I don't want to play it, and I got it as a gift twice.
Yeah, I was about to say, I remember this cool version your
exactly.
students got to you. Yeah, so we did play it twice. The experience was fine, the game not so much.
All right,
we have done with the letdown. Now we go to the surprise. What surprised you this month?
To the exciting parts.
Yes.
Okay, so I will say my biggest surprise is a game I have played a lot already. And the reason why I was surprised was because, sometimes you feel like, yeah, all right, it's a good game. And then, you're taking it out not to have an amazing time, but because you needed something that took whatever amount of time, and then, you move on. And my 2-player game of Forest Shuffle was just like, oh man, I think it's been some time since I played a 2-player game of it where, really looking at the other person, and especially because both me and my friend Callan that I played it with were aware of what's going on, So it's not me, maybe for the 5th time or whatever, introducing it to somebody new. So we were really like, okay, you pass butterfly. I have some butterflies in my hand. He was putting them out in the row when there was about 10, and we're really... And then again, I always love the simple, do one of two things, but it leads to so many things, right? And it was just a tight, fast, fun, and like strategic/tactical game at the moment. And I was like, man, this game is just really well done. So yeah, that actually surprised me that it was, although I really liked the game to begin with, I was like, oh yeah, this is why I like it.
Yeah, I already also played it quite recently, not this month, introducing it to friends.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it as much as you have, but it definitely takes something away from it. Not that you have to explain, but that the other guys are not seeing all the synergy, so you sort of have to either point it out or do I then not do it because they didn't see it, and like you have to play this meta game. Going back to the dilemma of like, where I'm just kicking their ass, or am I playing for them? Or yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and it was just so nice. And then there's a little part with some of the trees that you're both going for. Do you have to give it up at some time, or do you need to really start? Yeah, really, really nice. So yeah, that was my biggest surprise.
What about you, Ulrik? What surprised you?
Cool. My biggest surprise was that my work was hosting Copenhagen Gaming Week. Well, that was not a surprise, but
Okay.
I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was mostly, if the listeners don't know, I work at this convention center where every week they have a new, convention of, usually it's just people sitting in meetings talking. But here there was like an open thing that you could buy tickets for. There was trade shows for card
Pokemon Magic Ones.
Pokemon and all that stuff. There was lots of computer games with demos. I think most of them were unreleased. There was a big competition of Counter-Strike and Fortnite, like with 100 people participating, big screens and commentators and all that. Lots of booths that I didn't know what was doing there, and big area with retro arcade machines. And Asmodee had their own hall in this convention center where they had their own little spiel. So only Asmodee games. That's what I'm going to focus most on for this podcast, even though there was all these other things. I went there with my nephew, and we walked around, looked at some Pokemon cards, but I didn't really know anything about it. He didn't have any money to buy any, and yeah, so that was a little bit awkward. We played a bunch of the retro arcade things, but then we went into the Asmodee hall, and that was actually, when I went in, I'm like, this looks kind of like Spiel, just very, very tiny. Obviously, they focused on their gateway and family games, so it was a lot of Azul, Monkey Palace, many games like that, which I think fit the mold very well. And then they had booths where you could learn to play Pokemon and Magic and Star Wars Unlimited and all that. Bastard Cafe, which is the local board gaming cafe, was there with their libraries. You could just borrow stuff from them, not necessarily Asmodee games. And I got a demo from a very, very cool, I think he was Spanish speaking, but in English, with my 10-year-old nephew, and that was a really good experience. The game was fine. It wasn't something awesome, but it was really forthcoming to the small kid who spoke a little bit of English, and that was a really good experience. And he really tried to lose. That was again a callback. Like I could see he was like wrestling to try to lose to my nephew, but he couldn't because it was a game that was just random, right?
Yeah.
But it was a really cool experience, and walking around, saying hi to all the vendors, and the demo crew seemed really friendly and good at checking people in and stuff. And that's really nice to see for the hobby, I think. Because this was not for board gamers per se, right? People were there for many other things, and some people were just there with their teenagers, and they were walking around. Oh, there's a board game here. So I think they did a good job of showing people, and they had Duel for Middle-earth. They had Lord of the Rings, the trick-taking game. So they had like some little bit bigger games there. So it wasn't just Uno. Yeah, that's really cool.
And a friend, also of Nick, said to me, somebody came and asked me about a rule, and then when he left, I was like, wasn't that Ulrich from Borg? So I was like, yeah, it probably was. Was he there with his son? No, nephew.
Okay. So I knew I've
Yep.
seen it before. When I left, I was like, I know that guy.
Yep,
I'm
you do.
sure I know that guy. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And he's also a guru at Bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was where I've
Yeah.
seen him, and now hopefully he can hear it here because I forgot to tell him your demo was awesome.
Nice.
I don't remember your name, but you were really good at explaining the game, and I was really impressed by, how he took in me and my nephew and speaking English at the level that he could and interacting with jokes and stuff. It was really cool.
Nice. Thank you, Daniel.
He's a goat. See you as of the recording of this video tomorrow to play some games. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, my surprise is a game that I've played before. I've played it solo. I didn't like it very much.
Okay.
I played it 2-player with you, sir.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was okay. I think I
Alright.
liked it more than you, and I say it's okay.
All right.
And I had played it 3 players like 7 years ago, and I loved it. And I
Okay.
knew I loved the game, so I needed to play 3 players. And I did play 3 players, and I freaking loved it. And it is in the Hole of the Mountain.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
This game, gentlemen, I'm telling you now, we need to play it.
Okay.
I think it has this thing where there is a little bit of an area control. You're placing tiles, but this is awesome for a person like me, and I think you as well. Your tiles that you're placing on the board cannot touch the opponents. So you can go ahead but you cannot touch each other ever,
Yeah.
which is so cool. I like that because there's no, I'm going to kill you. Anyway, your trolls, you're building a pyramid of cards, a very unique gaining resource system. You're starting with 4 trolls that they have resources on them. And then during your turn, you can either place out a tile or hire a new troll to your pyramid. When you place a troll in the pyramid, it covers 2 other trolls in the beginning, right? And every troll they cover and themselves produces. Then later on, when you build a pyramid and you put a troll, so this production mechanism is so awesome and so unique. We also use the expansion where we have asymmetrical powers, which was also very good. All the powers were game-breaking, but very interesting in their own sense. And it just felt awesome. It flowed well at 3 players. It took around 1 hour and 10 minutes. And keep in mind, with 2 people that play board games, but not at our level. Awesome. Definitely recommended. Awful solo mode. But the game, the 3 players, was so great. And it definitely surprised me because the last 2 games I played it, I was like, and I was on the verge, we go on this festival in a few days. Should I sell it or no? Definitely not. And now I'm even interested in playing the sequel, Fall of the Mountain King. I've watched the video on it and I'm hyped to try that as well.
Nice.
That's my surprise.
I've heard the title many times. Never knew what it was. I think I assumed it was like a dungeon crawl thing. But
Yeah. No, it is not. It's actually, is it polyomino? You could say
Yeah,
that,
some
right?
part.
There's some polyomino tiles, yeah. Placing them out, trying to go deeper into the mountain. The deeper you go, the more points you score. You're putting these statues on
So
pedestals.
it's diamond.
No, no. That's a very big insult.
Would you say is area control?
I think it counts as area
Yes, it
control,
does.
actually.
Yes, it does.
I think it counts.
Yes, it does. So if we do that, that will be a part of your goal thing.
It will not,
What? Why?
because I said we need to play games we haven't played before.
Oh,
And
okay.
you and I have played this game.
Yeah. And then my last question is, now that you didn't like it as solo, we're okay with 2, really loved it at 3. Are you curious about 4 or even
Yeah.
5? It goes up maybe?
Not sure right now.
But
We
at
can
4,
pick it up.
yeah.
4 it goes. We were supposed to play it 4 that day, but Faye was not feeling well, so she stayed out. So I'm hyped to play it 4. And I think it will be even better than it's at 3 because, at 3, the board is a square, right? So whoever kind of went away in that direction will have a bit more space.
Yeah.
But that resulted in everybody rushing in the 4th area.
Mm.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
You can place there. You can. But I think in 4 would be even better.
That sounds cool. Yeah, everybody will kind of start at their own
Exactly.
corner, right?
Exactly. And that's what they recommend. Like, because you can pick your starting place
Yeah.
and they recommend you start in front of you or just switch the
Yeah.
board so it's. Does it go
Yeah,
5 or
up to 5? Yeah.
up to 5? So
That sounds crazy, but
that I'm
4
not
at
sure.
least, 4 at
Yeah.
least.
Oh, no. When you play 5, you flip the board on the other side.
So there's more
Okay,
space.
So there's more space. Yes. So I am assuming 5 would be fine as well, but I wouldn't go 5. All right.
Cool.
Yeah. That was very nice. What about a game you would like to highlight? Ayub?
Yes. It's a game that hopefully we will play soon. So you haven't played it yet. You have not. But we talk about it often. You always go like, yeah, man, I need to try that game. And that is Shackleton Base.
Oh, sheesh.
It is just, I don't know, whenever I played it, it really, I don't think I see as clear strategy because it has this dynamic, okay, if everybody's building this, then this battery energy resource goes down, and now you can't build it anymore until it's up. So people need to buy cars, but because people build this stuff now, it's more expensive to buy cars. So it's like a lot of that, and there's a little bit of a majority control. You place workers around this board, and they give you benefits, and then you check in that line at the end of the round who has the most spaces covered. They get that worker to their own personal board. So you're trying to place it somewhere where you get a lot of stuff, but also where you can win the majority, and somebody could come in later and build something and get the majority. So now they get that worker at the end of the round that you were planning for. It has a lot of cool things, and I am just looking forward to play it more.
Yeah, it's crazy how to math that out.
Yeah,
Trying to make strategies in that game is
exactly.
crazy.
But I know a guy who might be able to do something.
I'll be honest. I think it's too late for me.
I know we can.
Both went too far away.
We can make it.
No.
We can make it.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to bring it to Aarhus or something.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I would love to try it at some point, but feels like I'm too late to the party now.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And also, there's this thing that they have 7 corporations, and you play with 3 every game.
That's cool.
I haven't played with a lot of them, and those are what makes the rules for the games. So something will.
That actually was the most interesting thing when you said it, because I didn't know what the corporations were.
Yeah.
And you're like, a new expansion brings in new corporations, like 5 of them. And I'm thinking to Terraform Mars, so cool expansion, 5 corporations. There's nothing.
Oh,
yeah.
No, that's not what
Exactly.
corporations are, my friend.
No,
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
5 different rule sets.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
All
Yeah.
right.
What game you want to highlight, Ulrik?
I want to highlight Endeavor Deep Sea
Oh,
by Carl de Visser and Jared Gray from Burnt Island Games.
okay.
Reason I want to highlight it is I recently finished the campaign, quote unquote. It's not a campaign. There's 10 missions you can play. You can play them in any order you want. We've played it together once, long time ago. So I haven't played any other Endeavor games, but I think they share mechanics and the
They
way
do.
you take actions and stuff.
Mm.
Once again, it's this thing where you can take, I think, 5 different actions. Basically, you're always placing a worker. This is a disc, or you're placing action discs on your workers, and then you do a thing. And the thing you do then triggers bonuses and points and stuff. Thematically, you're diving in the sea and exploring and writing scientific documents and making conservation projects. Whatever, it's points. The theme doesn't really shine for me in this game, but what this game does is that it has these simple rules, and then the scoring sheet for each game changes not the rules, but like the goals you go for, and what does a conservation action mean in this game versus in another game. It might give you some other bonuses, and it has this funny interaction where whenever I get a star, which is like the point thing, I put it on the track, and then every other person has to put their star next to any star. So when you put a star, then you give some other people access to other benefits that might be better than the one you got. So there's like a whole waiting game there. Anyway, I was very disappointed in the first half of the missions in this game because I think they were pretty much the same. They changed the goals a little bit, but what you did, the strategy was the same. But and then I took a break of half a year, and we recently finished the last 4 sessions, I think, with my other play group. And the last, I want to say 4 missions, they really changed the game. Like, okay, now we have to think completely differently. In one, there was like we started in the middle of the scoring board, and then in each corner there was like a goal that you could get points for, but only if somebody went there and activated the goal. So during the game, I'm playing for this goal, but it only happens if I go there, and you change like how you get minus points and plus points, and it was really. And I just saw that they're planning an expansion, which has many more complicated missions, because it feels like for me the first 6 missions were like tutorial missions, and then they started with what I hoped they would do. So yeah, I was kind of done with it, but now I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And it plays co-op and solo. So I'm gonna put it away for a while now, but it would be cool to play the whole thing co-op also. It does have this weird thing where, again, calling back to your very appropriate dilemma today, of in this game, most of the time I feel like you get 60 to 70 points just for playing the game. Doesn't really matter what you do. You will get same amount of points, and then you're battling for the last 10 points using the objectives and goals and stuff, which feels nice, and you still have to optimize, but it feels like this is an extremely punishing game if you make a mistake in the first round, because I don't see any catch-up mechanisms. and it's a game where in the first round you have maybe 1 or 2 actions, and in the 6th round you have 8 maybe. But if you just make a mistake and sail to the wrong place, oh, now I can't do my action, so I sail back. That means you're losing the engine building that will cascade, so that little mistake will expand for 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And so we had games where I got double the points of last place, right?
Okay.
Which feels, and we could all see it after the second round. He was just like, yeah, I'm just going through the motions until we found out which one of you two guys wins. That was kind of weird.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah, we've played it once. It was okay, I think. I would definitely want to go back into it. I think I enjoyed the other one. I played a bit more. Don't remember the name now.
The old one.
Yeah, the old one was.
Yeah.
I think the whole area control thing was a bit more thematic in that one. But this one was also very cool, I think.
Yeah, I think I was a bit more hyped to be like, oh, cool, there's more maps.
Yeah.
And at that time, I think you were a little bit more like, well, I don't see how much they will change.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear now that you found out that they will change more. So it could be cool to try again.
If I saw the expansion before I played the last 4 missions, I would not buy it. But now I saw what they did, and I'm like, okay, they had some good ideas, but they held back because they wanted to cater to everybody, I think. So yeah, I'm really hyped for the expansion.
All right.
Very cool. Speaking of expansions, my highlight this month is actually an expansion, and I will explain why. The expansion in question, it's called Forgotten Lands, and it's for the game Explorers of Novoria. And I'll start by saying that Explorers of Novoria by itself is a great game, but I don't think it's meant to be played by me. Why do I say that? Because it feels very simple. It has a cute artwork. It has a very nice two-phase, let's say, mechanism. In the first phase, you draft cards, and then on the second phase, you do a worker placement thing. But everything is very, let's say, toned down in complexity and difficulty. Boom, expansion comes. Expansion adds asymmetrical powers, goals, a new deck that does all sorts of crazy things, and definitely ups the complexity to the notch where I feel comfortable now. So I think that this expansion made the game for me super nice, super playable, and on top of all that, it added a solo mode. So all these things in combination, I think that this expansion was super hit for me, and it made my interest in a game that I've only played once since then go super, super high, and I'm really, really happy to have acquired it. Will I ever play it without the expansion? Probably, if somebody recommended it, not in my own house. If I'm inviting people over that are gamers like you guys, I think we actually played with the expansion.
Yes, we did.
So I would definitely play with the expansion.
Yeah.
Maybe if I play with some non-gamers, I would play without, and I still like the game. But I think with the expansion, I'm very close to saying the word love this game. Definitely feel like the expansion amped the game for me like 1,000%.
Nice.
So yeah, very happy to have acquired that one.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool game to try. I really enjoyed the thing, pull 2 up the back, decide which one to use or pick from the middle. That thing was amazing. I had a little wish that after I was like halfway through the game, I wish the cards did more different things. But for what it was and the time it took, it was still very cool. So yeah, very interesting.
All right, some interesting games being thrown around, but now it's time to see how much fun we had this month. We will go through our 5 experiences, and they can be board games, they can be about board games, or they can be about adjacent things to the board gaming hobby. So, once again, Ayub, take it away.
All right. I will start by an experience I had with the guy who took Ulrich's question and helped him at the convention. Daniel, he was thinking about buying some games, and one of the games he's thinking about buying was Shards of Infinity. So, and he asked me a little bit about it. It's like, well, we live right next to each other. Just come and try it if you want to before. So he came by, and we had the 2 games. The first game was very fast, and the last game, we both were like, I was healing. He was blocking. So at some point, we were like, oh, we have to go for the Infinity Shard. We need to reach 30 mastery, and then you deal infinity damage to the opponent. And that's what we were both aiming for. And he had this annoying card that kept the enemy loses 2 mastery if you have a champion. So it was the second game took like 3 times the time of the first game. But it was a blast. And then in the final round, he would have gotten 30 mastery. But then since I had so much mastery and I had a card that said all your damage is doubled, I actually managed to kill him just with damage. And that was just before he would have killed me. So having these deck builders that are just neck and neck, and sometimes in deck builders it happens that you feel like I lost, but I'm just trying to. But no, this was exciting all the way through. So that's my first mention.
All right, cool.
Yeah, every
All right.
time you guys talk about it, it sounds very awesome. I need to try it at some point.
Yes.
Okay, I will give you a hint, and then you both scream which game this is.
Oh.
I Split You Choose and Tracks.
I got it.
What is it? Oh.
The Great Split.
Yes.
Yeah, because I didn't play.
No. Yeah, it's very, very simple. It's basically you have a bunch of cards in your hand.
It will look cool. Yeah.
I make two piles, give it to my the person next to me. He picks either pile, sends the other back to me, and I do the same. So now I have a mix of two decks or piles. I play those cards. I go up tracks on my board. And then we do it again.
Yeah.
That's it. And every 5 different tracks have 5 different scoring mechanisms, and that's the game. Takes 20 minutes. I was really surprised by this. I got it at Essen at the math trade on the recommendation of Cody, a friend of ours from the local board gaming community.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just very, very simple and very overproduced for what it is, which is cool. It just
Yeah.
looks really, really nice on the table. So yeah, just 2 to 7 players. I bought it for higher player counts because of this, drafting around. But I was really surprised how well it worked with
Agreed.
2.
Agree.
And I think I have only played it at 2. I think the player interaction feels much higher in a 2-player game because I can see what Nick is doing, right?
Mm.
If I'm sitting like 4 people away, that
Yeah.
guy needs diamonds, blah, that's gonna be. But for a 2-player game, it was kind of cutthroat head to head. I think it was really cool.
I'm not gonna lie. My biggest surprise this episode is that this wasn't your biggest
Yeah,
surprise this episode. I was like, what? I was 100% sure it was gonna be your
Yeah.
surprise for sure. Yeah, it was. I knew nothing about the game.
Yeah.
I played it. That's a you game.
I was just saying, drafting and
Yeah.
tracks sounds really
That's
nice.
a you game.
Yeah.
Man. You should
Not
definitely
drafting,
try it.
it's I Split You Choose.
I
Yeah,
should choose.
even that as well. And
I think you will like it a lot.
Yeah.
It does what we like. I enjoyed it a lot. I would be happy to play it again, and I would try a higher player count. Maybe not 7,
Not-
but I would
Well,
go to 4
yeah.
confidently.
Yeah.
I'd say 3 for
and
sure.
it's a quick game.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm hyped now. Yeah, that day I was actually with the guys, but I had to go, man. I was
Very busy day at work.
very little sleep, and I was like having a headache, and I was like, then they started like opening the box. I was like, no, I need to be responsible at working tomorrow. But yeah, I would try it for sure.
All right. There is a game that I haven't mentioned yet this episode, so I have to mention it
No.
here on the number 5 spots. I mean, it's by now it's becoming a habit. I think Kingdom Legacy. The reason I'm mentioning is because I played with Faye again, and we finished what many people consider, maybe me included, the best and definitely the biggest expansion. Distant Lands
Ding ding.
is an
ding,
expansion,
ding.
yes, where you go far, far away and you gather a specific amount of people. You build your ships and you take them. Not knowing if they're coming back, and you go to a distant land to try and either be cool with the natives there or be not cool with the natives there. I mean, it's your choice. And she loved it. And when she likes something, I'm 10 times hyped. So
Yeah, of course.
I was really, really happy she liked it. I was anxious because she doesn't like all the negative cards, and I knew there was going to be a lot, but she did something that I haven't seen before. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much spoiler, but she did something cool, and all the natives loved her, let's say, without actually having to fight them, which was, oh, you can do that. Very cool.
Hmm.
So yeah, we finished that expansion, and it was awesome, and we just have one final expansion left before this journey is forever over. Yeah, so my first experience is, what a surprise, Kingdom Legacy.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? All right. Back to me. My next pick is Duel for Middle Earth. I hadn't played in a long time. I remember I liked it just when it came out. I tried it, and Nick owns the game. And when we were recording last time, while Ulrich was in the cold skiing country of then we played it, and I was like, we tried a little new expansion, and I was just like, man, this game is just good. You know, it is a little bit back to the Forest Shuffle thing, where it's like you see your options and they're simple to understand, but still a little bit agonizing to be like, oh, will I pick this? Will I pick that? What will Nick pick? What is behind those cards you can flip? You don't know, right? So when you take a card and another card reveals, and it's just a good game and a good experience. So was my
What a good game. I really like it. The expansion definitely made it rise for me because my statement is, and maybe still stands, Seven Wonders Duel with all the expansions is better than Lord of the Rings Duel. But now they've added a little expansion. So now, the gap was like this. You can see me, but I have my 2 hands in a big distance, and now I'm
Yes.
closing in the distance with the expansion.
It went from his chin and forehead to nose and forehead, so it's
Exactly.
closer now.
Exactly. All right, Ulrich, what's next?
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention it now as well. I played Kingdom Legacy Ambitions. I played it at the skiing trip. This is my 9th expansion, so I have one left in my kingdom.
Yeah, nice.
It for some reason it took me a while to get this played, so I had like half a year off, like in real life time. But it also felt like quite a lot of time passed in my kingdom, because the last thing I did was I had the riding the woods, so I was battling all these bandits and stuff, and I deal with those guys, I thought. And then I started playing, and then they started coming back. And that was like, again, with the storytelling in this game, it's so insane. Like, I had this trouble with these bandits in the woods. I killed them. I put them in prison, and but they can get out of prison now. Like, this game, man, it's crazy. But the ambitions thing, something that it adds a ton of new permanents and kills all your permanents. So you can really choose your strategy in this ambition and in this expansion. And I played it in the end, and I can't figure out if I should play it early or late if I ever play again. But this game, you can go on forever and ever. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I also can go on, and I will not, but I want to. Ambition School. It has one of my favorite permanent cards.
Ayub's eyes is rolling around his head right now.
I'm just like, yeah, there are two of you, yeah. But something cool might happen soon, right? Where you can go on a bit with someone else than me.
We will say something later, maybe. My next pick is a campaign game I've been playing for a while now. It's Gloomhaven. We've been playing it on the PlayStation 5 with one of my buddies. And the reason I'm mentioning this week is because we have done what we believe to be our final retirement. In Gloomhaven, you play an adventurer, and once he completes his life's mission, he goes and retires, and then you pick a different adventure. And now we're so close to the ending of the campaign, where we both retired at the same time, and we got our final characters, and I'm saying final, I don't know if they will be, but it looks like our final characters, and I finally unlocked the character that I wanted to play ever since I saw that release trailer for Gloomhaven. I don't know how many years ago it was, and it's a very cool character. People have been saying online he's like super broken, and they nerfed him, and they fixed him, and they patched him, but now I'm actually getting to use him, and I've played 3 scenarios with him, and oh my lord, is he freaking broken. I'm not going to go into details. He's the 3 spears, if you know Gloomhaven. I'm loving it. It's so cool. I'm having a blast.
Nice. All right, the adventure continues. Yeah. Cool. My next one is left or right or it's beautiful chaos. It's Robo Rally. I had a 5-player game of it, and I was a little bit afraid of 5 players. Might that be a bit too much with a lot of people who haven't tried it? It was not, man. It was beautiful. And I really like that in the beginning the rules seems simple, and they are kind of simple, and then this just happens some moment that somebody goes, all right, then I'm turning this way. I'm going, no. You're turning left? Yeah, left. No, look at your robot. Oh, okay, I guess I'm turning this way. Oh, let's see what I do the rest of the round, because they're planned. But still, you might accidentally mess somebody else up. You might shoot someone at the right time. Even though you have a little bit of a weird round, you can easily come back. It was such a blast. I brought it to my work, and when I had to leave, 3 of them say, oh, we're going to stay. Can we play another round? Yeah, sure. You just put the game at my workplace afterward, and they stayed and played again. So that was really, really nice. And it's just a awesome game, and I really love it.
I recently noticed, I heard you talk about this game a lot. I played it once, way back.
Oh.
I recently noticed, do you know who the designer is?
Yes, I do.
Richard Garfield. Yeah. I'm like, what? Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's just a funny thing to me. That some designers just go
yes
in completely opposite direction, right?
And it works. I mean, I might not be the biggest fan of the game, but it friggin' works.
Yeah.
So
and it
kudos.
Is. Yeah. It's been living for a long time.
Exactly.
Right? So
is it like the 3rd version or the 2nd or something?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. My whatever number we are at, I didn't have an order for these, so I'm jumping around a little bit. Is the Adamastor campaign.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah. So I made a little bit of a tease in the beginning. I was quite disappointed with the base. The campaign. It's a stretch to call it the campaign. It's 3 games. So
mini campaign.
You play a totally standard game, then based on the outcome of that, you get some cards and some tasks, and you play one more game, and then end of that, there's like branching stories in the book, and you play one more game, and then you get a score. And what it does is exactly what I was missing. There's a little bit more of a story. There is, depending on the state of your crew at the end of the first mission, you get some, let's say, extra missions. Like in this game, you have to feed them more food, so you have to land on more islands because you have to gather fruit, and that takes more time. So that puts the pressure on. The thing that I said was too easy with the race. And I feel like I said that in every game I go through the whole stack of action cards, but there's like I think 50 cards of like adventure or exploration decks,
Some special cards, yeah.
where you go to an island and you draw, and it's like, oh, you meet a witch. Do you go with her into the hut, or do you leave immediately? And those feel like they can do lots of crazy things, and I think you are forced to go more into that when you get the campaign. So I've only played it once. There's like a log in there, and there's room for I think 12 on the sheet. So I guess the designers think it's very replayable, and I think it's at least because there is in each of the 3 or 2 games you play, there is at least 3 branching directions you can go. So there's like a lot of
sounds cool.
stuff you can do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to dive deeper into that.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely something I'd like to try at some point. It sounds interesting. My next one I've spoke about already. It is a game that was my highlight in the Hall of the Mountain King, and now I'm describing the experience of playing with 2 of my Greek buddies. I mean, they always want to explore new games, and when I present them with the options, they usually give them 3 options, and they pick what they want, and they picked this, and I was over the moon. Although they could have picked Kutna Hora, but it's fine. And we played it, and it was, as I said already, I'm not going to go into too much. It was awesome. The experience was awesome. There's just something about games like this that they don't, at least for me, they don't cut your eye, but once you start playing them, especially, when you see something that you haven't seen before, and the thing you produce resources, I'll say it again, it's very unique, and I really liked it. And especially when somebody puts their funnel troll, it kind of signals the end of the game. Not exactly, but the game is coming to a close. But when you put your final troll, you produce with everything. But once you use those things you have, then you are. So that's, I like it very much. I'm really hyped to try it. Helps there is a deluxe Kickstarter version. It was a very, very nice experience.
Of course, we love that. Cool. Yeah. I'm getting hyped about that game again. My next pick here was a game I talked about last month, but not in this category, and that is Take Time. I had another good run of it where I took it on Valentine's Day, visited my friend together with my girlfriend, and his girlfriend was, of course, living with him. His wife, actually, they married. And, we were eating some dinner, playing some small game he had first. I was like, but I brought, good games in my bag, whatever. And then we went into it, and they all locked in. And, having a great time. We playing these cards face down around the clock and need to make the right numbers match and all of that. And then after that, we played Bomb Busters a bit later. I was like, man, why am I so tired? And I looked at the watch, and it was like 11 p.m. I was like, oh, how long?
Good morning.
Oh, we were playing Take Time for like more than 2 hours. And, we were just playing mission after mission. And I didn't realize, how much time has went past. And it's really awesome, man. I think it's from a hidden information deduction type of game, this is the one that I like the most for sure.
So you could say you took your time with it.
I took my time, yeah.
Definitely sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good evening.
Yeah. What was your next
My next moment was last month, so I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Nice.
Because I wasn't here last
We love cheating. I love cheating. Do it.
I played Suna Valo with one of my friends.
That sounds like a good game.
It's a game designed by Andreas Odendahl by the Game Builders. I had my eye on it early before Spiel last year. It says 2024 here, but at least it was released in Spiel.
Yeah, for sure.
Those dates are always like, when did it come out, how far? But to me, it's a Spiel game, whatever. It's a 2-person only game, and I really try to get those because, like I said with the solo, if something is designed specifically for 2, then I feel like there's often much more interesting interaction and much head-to-head as opposed to playing a 2 to 4 player game, 2 players. So for this reason, I really want to try it. Nick got it, so he taught it to me. And spoiler alert, after we played it, I said the phrase, I think there is nothing about this game that I don't like.
Whoa. You did say that. Yes.
So that's a bold statement from me. I've only played it once. That's always the caveat. But the thing is, it's a fairly standard resource gathering. You build your engine. Whenever you buy a car, you can activate the whole row of the card of the color. All of this stuff we've seen before, and you go up some tracks and get some benefits. All of that is cool. It's nothing groundbreakingly new. What's cool about this one is the economy system, which I definitely need to play more to understand
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
perfectly. But this is where it's a very cool two-player game as opposed to any other player count. I would say. Because help me out here, Nick. When it's my turn, I have to buy a card. I can buy it from me or I can buy it from you.
Mm-hmm.
If I buy it from me, I already paid for it, so I just get it for free.
Yeah.
But then I have to buy another card from the market,
To replace
which
it,
I have to pay for in advance. And I kind of set the price myself, blah, blah, blah. That's a longer thing. But I could also buy it from Nick, but then I would pay resources to Nick. That's bad, right? But what happens if I buy a card from Nick? Nick has to buy a card from the market and put his resources out there. So that's like a real push and pull mind game there that I really couldn't understand, but I could see that there's something here that is really cool, and it's definitely a meta game that would shine with more plays with the same person, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was all of the rest of the game is good. There's missions, you have to deliver some trade goods, blah blah blah. All of that is cool. We've seen it before, but this economy thing was very special to me.
I agree. 4 plays in, and I'm starting to see the genius behind this, as you said, this resource mechanism and how you get the cards. I really like it. Definitely want to dive deeper. Yeah, good game.
Nice.
My next one, I will only say 3 words, and then I will pass it to the next one. You've already mentioned it a little bit. I'm going to say just 3 words, and I will not analyze more. I'm just going to leave it at that. And those 3 words are Recording Kingdom Legacy. So that's my next hype. But I'm not going to dive deeper now. We'll see what I mean in the future.
All right.
You go on.
All right, cool. My last mention for this episode is I got to play a game twice that was new to me, that I kind of got hyped about a little bit, and that was Adventure Realms. Adventure Realms is this 90% copy of Dune Imperium, where I was a little bit like, how does this happen? Is it okay? Maybe it is. The theme is just like totally different, like 8 or 16-bit artwork and a little bit more chaos and a little bit more of take that card and stuff, but it's just freaking awesome, and it surprised me how much I enjoyed it. And I played it twice. The first time I felt very bad because in my last turn I managed to take 2 cards from my beloved other half's hand, which was some scoring cards. She's like, no, I'm never playing this game again. And I was like, damn, I shouldn't have done that maybe. But then she actually said recently, oh man, that game was cool. I would like to try it again. I was like, oh, phew. So some things like that can happen, and you need to go in to the game with that in mind. And then I took it to work and played it with 2 guys, and they freaking loved it, man. And they texted me, man, we should play this again. And one guy is really good at playing, and I like how he sees things. And he won Robo Rally when we played that. And he was like, man, this last guy's characters, it seems super broken. It's like, I don't know, maybe not. And then I went on the internet later, and people were like, that's a broken character. Like, oh, okay, he has a good eye, man.
Yeah, some people have that bad head, right?
And the designer even wrote, yeah, if I play with new people, I let them play him. So it is, but it was fun, man. So yeah, Adventure Realms.
Yeah, I just saw the pictures on BGG.
Yeah, the picture was
looks
crazy.
I mean, the artwork is so cool.
Yeah.
That 8-bit graphics is really, really nice. I'm on the fence with how I would feel about this copy thing, because as I might have mentioned before, I very much enjoyed Dune Imperium Uprising. But yeah, just the artwork just makes me want to play it.
Yeah.
And I can see how it would be if, now I haven't played it, if say it's like a 90% mechanical copy, I could easily see it would be easier to get people to play Adventure Realms. Because it's just inviting artwork, it looks cool. Yeah,
and I think I would be more on the fence as well, but I thought Dune Imperium is so well taken out and everything, and nobody knows about, at least I didn't know about this game until recently, and it's 5 years old, right? So for that I was like, whatever, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna,
yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Looks good. My final thing that I wanna talk about is that I finally got to play one of my holy grail games.
Oui.
When I started getting into solo gaming, it was like, okay, but solo gaming should be hard, because if you're winning all the time, it's not challenging. And I heard that this game was really hard. It had a really hard rulebook to read.
Mm.
That kept me off for a while.
I got it.
But I finally got to play Robinson Crusoe by Ignacy Trzewiczek and Joanna Kicianka. Sorry, from Bottle Games. Yeah, for me this is like a classic. I call it a solo game. I know it's co-op, but for me it's a solo game. The rulebook, it wasn't that bad. It's a lot to read through it, but everything makes sense once you get going. I was worried about, it's so old. Is it outdated? Like, will I feel like the world has moved on? Was it too difficult? Would I be frustrated? That was like my caveats for not playing it. Yeah, so I bought it used. Suddenly there was a lot of used copies for sale at once. I think maybe like a new version came out or something. This feels extremely thematic to me. Everything I do makes sense. You're on this island. There's weather. You have to build a hut, and then the weather gets worse, and there comes snow, and you need more roof on your buildings. And I've only played 2 scenarios, but they feel already very different. First scenario felt like a tutorial. I breezed through. I could see what was coming. I could prepare for it. Already the second time, when you're playing solo, you have a Friday with you, and you have a dog, which can be like your extra little workers. And the worker placement is kind of cool because, again, thematically, you can either spend your whole day in camp building your fire, and then it will just succeed because you're using both of your work actions, or you can build the fire and you can go explore. But if you're only using one of your player pawns, then you have to roll some dice, and maybe you fail and you get hurt, and so there's like a real push and pull between making sure you do stuff or gambling a little bit. Yeah, I've only played, I think, two games, but man, it feels like I really want to. Next month, my goal is to dive deep and go to one of my goals from our New Year's episode of like really trying to go deep in a solo and master the game. Not in the sense that I can beat it, but master, like, I understand how the game works now, so I can use all the mechanics. It feels there's 7 scenarios, and they're called stuff like Cursed Island, King Kong something, and the tornado, and like that. So that it feels like they will be very thematic,
Right?
Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised by it because I heard it was like, it feels outdated, but I didn't feel so.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, definitely something on my radar. Would love to try it. It sounds cool. Have you played Friday, the small solo game? Yeah, I think that's something you also might enjoy.
Now that you're in the theme already.
Yeah, now you're in the theme, exactly. All right, my favorite pick of the month is not a board game. It is hobby adjacent, let's say. I don't know if I've mentioned it. I think I mentioned it to you. I don't know if I've mentioned it to them. Me and Faye are having this Pokemon binder that we try to collect every single Pokemon from 1 to 1025. So we regularly would go to one of these places that they sell Pokemon cards, and we'll browse through cards, okay? And Faye has a favorite Pokemon. It's called Psyduck. I don't know if... Anyway, it's a Pokemon. It doesn't matter. And she rarely gets excited about stuff, okay? She's very like a chill person, and you can never see her excited. Totally opposite from me, okay? So we were sitting there in the card shop, and we were browsing through cards, trying to finish our collection, and then suddenly, and keep in mind, she's like very shy, never excited, in a shop with like 5 other people around us, she shouts, Psyduck! Like that. And the whole store is looking at her. She doesn't even realize she's just happy and excited. And there was this cabinet of cards, and it had, some older and more rare, more expensive cards, and there was this very rare Psyduck in there. And she has this seat where she's collecting every single Psyduck that exists for her personal collection. And boom, she finds a Psyduck from 2002, in a very old case, kind of expensive. And I'm like, yeah, well, get it, of course.
Yeah.
And seeing her excitement about something really put me into perspective. Okay, I've never seen her like that. That's very cool. And I really I felt very happy for her and for finding that Psyduck, because I knew it would be a pain to find later on. So yeah, it was a very good moment, and collecting cards is very addicting and very nice. And yeah, just wanted to point that out. We really wanted to go to the gaming weekend. We couldn't find a ticket, but now we're aiming for more card shows, and we are excited to see how that goes. So yeah, that was my
nice.
Most hyped moment of the month for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, what a month for it. Yeah, with a lot of stuff happening. Okay, I think that even though we don't play together as much, we all still play our own distinct plays, and we all play a lot, which is nice and natural, of course. Whew. Next few days, we're going to the Slagis Festival.
Yes.
You guys excited about that? Fun fact, since I talked about Pokemon, the day we're going to the festival, it's actually a National Pokemon Day.
Oh.
I don't know if they're going to have anything Pokemon related.
We'll
but,
see.
Yeah, pretty cool. Any last thoughts before we close it off?
No, just excited to hopefully see some people there, and we'll be going around, maybe doing a little bit of an interview with you if you are up to talk with us, and we're just excited.
If you see us, hit us up. We're always happy to talk to you. Yeah. It's very hype.
Short question. I had a bunch of questions for your games, but
Yes.
we are over time. Yes or no answer. Did I overhype Pulsar 2480, whatever it's called?
2849.
Oh man, medium.
That's a
maybe,
yes.
maybe a small yes.
Yeah. I talked about it a lot to Ayub, and he bought it. So
Yes.
Cool.
But I liked it.
Cool. All right. Once again, thank you all so much for listening. If you want to hear more podcasts like this one, you can find us on Spotify and YouTube. If you want to see our videos, you can find those on YouTube, the latest one being Adam Master Campaign Part 2 with Mr. Ulrich featured in that. If you want to find our snapshots of our game nets, you can do so on Instagram, and you can find our latest news on Blue Sky and on Facebook. If you want to support us directly, you can do that through Patreon. And whew, I was Nick,
This was Ayub.
this was Ulrich.
and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.